If I told you that the less you care, the more women will actually care about you, what would you think? Sounds paradoxical, right? But stay with me, because in today's video, we're going to explore one of the most intriguing paradoxes in love and relationships. It's something not everyone understands, but once you do, it could completely change the way you see yourself and how you interact with the woman in your life. Imagine a man. He doesn't rush to reply to every message. He doesn't anxiously wait for a call, and he doesn't lose his composure when things don't go as planned. He is calm, yet steady, confident without needing to prove anything. He's the kind of man who knows his worth and doesn't feel the need to do too much just to be acknowledged. That confidence, that calmness, it's an almost mysterious allure that makes him more attractive than ever to the opposite sex. Today, we're going to dive into the philosophy of Stoicism, a philosophy for strong men, for those who want to build true confidence and inner peace. Stoicism doesn't just teach us to control our emotions, but helps us see that sometimes, by stepping back, we create the space for others to genuinely want to come closer. This isn't a mind game or a way to manipulate emotions. It's an art, the art of balanced indifference, of holding space and maintaining self-control. And it's exactly this that will make your relationships more profound and lasting. If you've ever felt like you're putting in too much effort, but still not receiving the attention you deserve, or if you constantly feel you have to prove that you're worthy of love, then maybe it's time to step back. And don't worry, stepping back isn't giving up. It's a way to create a natural, lasting attraction. It makes you stronger and brings a more genuine relationship, one where you can be yourself without having to prove it. Today, we won't discuss dating tricks or tactics to win someone over. Instead, we're going to learn how to become a true man, a man who knows who he is, knows his value, and doesn't need validation from anyone else. Then you'll see, that's the kind of attraction that's truly irresistible. Now, let's explore why Stoicism can bring you inner peace and lasting power of attraction. Let's begin. The paradox of indifference. The fascinating thing is that when you don't care too much about getting attention, especially from a woman, you actually attract them more. Sounds hard to believe, right? But this is one of those paradoxes in love that the more you understand it, the more you see its power. And Stoicism has a term for this paradox. It's the power of genuine indifference, or the ability to maintain natural distance. Picture this. Indifference here doesn't mean being cold or insensitive, nor is it about pretending to be distant or uninterested. It's a balance between knowing how to respect yourself and not needing others' validation to feel worthy. That's right. This kind of indifference is a choice. The choice to not let your emotions be dictated by whether someone is paying attention to you or not. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to us, but how we respond that matters most." In other words, you decide whether you let your emotions depend on someone's response. And in a woman's eyes, this is incredibly attractive. Because when you're in control, when you're not easily swayed by outside circumstances, you become a unique, an independent individual, a man she's compelled to notice. Let me tell you a little story. Imagine two men, both interested in the same woman. The first man is always available. Anytime she needs him, he's right there. She texts him and he responds immediately. She needs help. He drops everything to be by her side. He's always around, constantly willing to adjust to please her. But the second man is different. He has his own life, his own passions, his own goals. He's not always available, and sometimes she has to wait a bit before he replies. Occasionally, he even says no, because he's committed to things that are important to him. Now, who do you think she finds more intriguing? That's right, the second man. And why? Because he knows how to naturally keep his distance. He doesn't feel the need to change or give up what matters to him just to gain her attention. And that creates a powerful attraction. There's even a psychological reason behind this. When you show less interest and live an independent life, you create a space that the other person naturally wants to fill. Psychologists call this the value of scarcity. People tend to treasure and respect things that aren't easily available. If you're always there, always ready, it becomes predictable, obvious, and that predictability can make you lose your appeal. But when you know how to keep a healthy distance and choose the right moments to show your interest, you're creating a natural allure. Not because you're playing games, but because you're showing her that you have inherent value, a value that doesn't rely on anyone's recognition. Not only does this make you more attractive, but it also brings you peace of mind. When you value yourself and don't seek external validation, you're truly in control. You don't need someone to confirm your worth. And this self-assurance is exactly what makes you the most compelling in a woman's eyes. So if you ever feel like you're trying too hard to gain someone's attention, try stepping back. Take time to understand yourself, to build a life you truly love. And you'll see that when you're no longer focused on getting attention, you'll naturally draw the attention you didn't even have to fight for. Breaking misconceptions about modern love. Society often tells us that if you truly love someone, you should give them everything. Never hesitate to express your feelings, to show your love constantly. But is this really the best way to build a lasting relationship? Or is it, in fact, making you lose your own worth? Think about it. The image of a man who's constantly texting, constantly checking in, and following every move of his partner, does that really make a woman appreciate his feelings? Or does it just make her feel pressured, or worse, take his affection for granted? Meanwhile, a man who maintains his calm, who doesn't rush to express every emotion, holds an attraction that's hard to resist. He understands that constantly showing affection isn't necessarily the way to make someone love you more. Stoicism taught us thousands of years ago a simple yet powerful truth. We should control our own emotions and not let anyone else dictate our state of mind. Because when we let our emotions depend on others, we give them control. Think about it. Is a man who constantly lets his emotions be influenced by someone else really strong and worthy of respect? For Stoics, self-control and independence are fundamental. When you can remain calm and don't rush to chase or prove your affection, you're creating a natural attraction. You'll be the kind of man she wants to discover. Someone who isn't easily predicted, someone who has his own life and doesn't need anyone's attention to feel valuable. Living with self-confidence doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're clear about your own value and don't need to sacrifice your self-respect to gain someone's attention. When you focus on your life, on your goals and dreams, not only are you becoming a better version of yourself, but you're also making yourself more appealing to others. That's the power of self-control, an attraction that doesn't need to be forced. Think about this. You have your own dreams and goals in life. If you set everything aside and pour all your energy into pursuing someone, does that really make you more worthy in their eyes? Or does it just make you lose yourself? A truly strong man never lets himself get swept up in the need for acceptance. He's confident in his worth, knowing he deserves respect, even if he doesn't always need to show it. And once you become self-assured, you'll realize that this confidence not only helps you in love, but also in all your relationships. You become someone people want to be around because you're not swayed by attention or indifference. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that truly matters. This is a lesson every man should carry, knowing how to manage emotions, keep peace of mind, and live for things that truly matter. If you feel like you've been trying too hard without the right response, take a step back. Not to become distant, but to give yourself a chance to reassess your worth. Try living for yourself, dedicating time and energy to the things you love. Focus on self-improvement, on the goals you're pursuing. And soon you'll find that when you stop trying to chase love, when you stop demanding or seeking approval from others, that's when you'll attract the attention and affection of those who genuinely appreciate you. Like a torch shining in the night, you don't need to light up things that don't deserve you. Just shine, and those who are worthy will be drawn to that light. Remember, love isn't about sacrificing everything for attention. True love is when you and the other person are both independent, confident, and find each other through shared values. So, stop trying too hard and let your confidence and calmness speak for themselves. Stoicism teaches us that life is always more meaningful when you live for yourself, and when you do that, you'll become the man everyone wants to conquer. In summary, live with self-control. Let recognition and attention come from the values that are truly yours. Don't lose yourself in meaningless efforts. That's how you create a strong, respected relationship. Balancing care and distance. In love, how can you show someone you care without making them feel you need them too much? This is a question not everyone can fully answer. The truth is, the key isn't in doing more or less, but in maintaining a natural rhythm that lets the other person see you have your own life, your own values, and that these aren't dependent on anyone's approval. For example, say she texts you. You might feel like replying immediately, but try slowing down. Don't rush to respond. Take a moment to relax, to think, and then reply when you're calm and ready. This doesn't just help you control your emotions, but creates a natural attraction. Not responding instantly shows that you're not swept up in the need to please someone at every moment. A clear sign of confidence. Psychologically, when you keep a steady pace, you avoid feelings of insecurity and self-doubt. A man who doesn't hurry to seek approval is a man who's self-assured, knowing his worth isn't tied to constantly reaffirming his affection. This sends a powerful message. You're in control of your emotions. Women sense this confidence, and they're naturally curious and intrigued by a man who has this kind of inner stability. Now, let's talk about respecting your personal life. This is something not everyone fully grasps in love. Many people think that when you're in love, you should give all your time and energy to that person. But actually, when you live for yourself, you're creating an independent value, something no one else can take from you. You build and respect what's yours, and that's what makes you truly attractive. Remember, a man who can stand firm in his own life is a man with a special strength. He's not easily swept away by anyone or anything. Think of it like a mountain standing firm in a storm. The mountain doesn't need to constantly prove its strength. It simply stands there, confident and steadfast, no matter the winds that blow around it. A man who balances love and independence is like that mountain. He doesn't always need to show his emotions. He doesn't have to constantly strive for attention, but he's always there, the steady presence that a woman wants to lean on. She feels safe and reassured knowing he can protect himself and keep his mind calm even when things get challenging. So how do you find that balance between care and distance? It's about knowing when to step back and when to step forward. You care, but you don't forget to hold space for yourself, to nurture your dreams and personal goals. You have a life of your own, and you don't have to give it up just to prove you love someone. This confidence attracts others without needing any pretense. Finally, remember, love doesn't mean becoming someone's shadow. True love is when you can keep your own essence, live for yourself, and still show genuine care. This is what makes you unique and attractive. A man who respects his own life, who can manage his emotions, will always be the man a woman wants by her side. Try applying this balance to your life, and you'll see that love will no longer feel like a burden or pressure. Instead, it will become a source of joy and mutual respect between two independent people, growing and sharing together. Be the solid mountain in the storm. That's the kind of natural allure that nothing else can replace. Understanding psychology and attraction. There's a common paradox in love that not everyone realizes. The more you try to show you care, the more likely you are to make the other person feel pressured and, sometimes, unnecessary. We've all heard that love means giving it your all, constantly showing your affection so they feel it. But think about it. Have you ever felt that the more effort you put into pleasing someone, the less they appreciate your presence? The psychology behind this phenomenon is fascinating. People tend to value and desire things that aren't so easily won. When you become too predictable, too readily available, you're unknowingly lowering your value in their eyes. Imagine this. If someone is always around you, meeting every need and wish, do you really treasure that presence? Or does it gradually feel like something you take for granted? In love, it's the same. When you show too much affection and too easily, you're losing that natural allure. That's why distance is essential in every relationship. You don't have to be there constantly, bending over backward to make someone happy. When you create some space, some room for yourself, you're showing them that you love without dependence, that you care, but still hold back a part of yourself. This isn't selfishness or apathy. It's a way to love independently, respecting both yourself and the other person. Stoicism offers an incredible perspective on this. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "The strong person is the one who protects their peace before anything else." In love, this lesson is even more crucial. When you protect your peace and hold your own space, you don't get easily caught up in someone else's emotions. You're not anxious over a delayed message or worried about a missed call. You're steady and in control, and this stability makes you naturally attractive. So how do you create that space and love naturally? First, dedicate time to yourself. Pursue your passions, maintain other relationships, and keep improving yourself. By giving time to yourself, you not only enrich your value, but show the other person that you have a life they can be part of, not the whole of your life. Second, learn to control your impulses. You don't need to check your phone every few minutes to see if they've texted, nor worry if they haven't responded immediately. Learn to live with patience and calmness. When you're in control, when your emotions don't hinge on someone else's actions, you're showing a confidence that's irreplaceable. Many people think that love grows through constant care and attention. But the truth is, love needs space to breathe, for both people to grow and become their best selves. Never forget that a lasting love is built not only on closeness, but also on respect and personal space. When you show the other person that you love them while keeping what's yours, they'll value and desire you even more. Finally, remember that true allure doesn't come from trying to be everything to someone. It comes from being your true self, confident, genuine, and independent. That's the magnetism that draws people in. So try to create that space in your relationship. Let your affection become something precious when it's not constantly available. Be the person they want in their life, not the one they see as a given. When you love with calmness and confidence, That's when you become the most compelling man. The art of sincere indifference. There's an art in love that few understand. The art of sincere indifference. This isn't about being cold, and it's not about pretending not to care. Sincere indifference is about self-control. It's caring naturally without making your emotions depend entirely on someone else's response. It's the subtlety of maintaining space without pushing someone away, of showing care without giving everything up. Let me explain it a bit more deeply. Sincere indifference doesn't mean faking disinterest or trying to create distance. That can easily lead to misunderstandings and may make someone feel rejected. Sincere indifference here is a wise kind of indifference. It's the ability to keep control over yourself, where your mood doesn't depend on how someone else responds. You become the calm, grounded man who's not easily shaken. You know how to keep your emotions steady without haste. This makes you someone hard to read, creating an allure without effort. So, how do you practice sincere indifference? Start by showing care in a subtle, unattached way. When you show interest, do it sincerely, but without expecting a specific reaction. For instance, if you send them a message or share something interesting, do it because you want to share, not because you're waiting for an immediate response. Allow things to happen naturally. Don't rush or force any reactions. This not only creates a comfortable space, but also allows them to feel your sincerity without any pressure to respond. Another way to show sincere indifference is by focusing on your personal life and interests. Spending time on things that matter outside of the relationship is one of the keys to keeping things fresh. Grow as a person. Keep nurturing the things that mean something to you. There's a saying, when you respect your life, others will respect you more. This means that when you're living with your own goals and interests, you're creating an independent value that's worth discovering. You no longer rely on others to feel worthy. For example, spend time on fitness, learn a new skill, join social activities, or work on a passion project. These things not only enrich your life, but make you stand out, and this makes you someone worth noticing. When you have a life of your own and big dreams, you become more interesting to others because you're not just someone waiting around for them. A man with his own life, his own interests, and personal goals will always have a natural pull. When you're not pouring all your focus into the relationship, you won't feel insecure if they don't respond right away, because you know you have other things to love, to invest your time and energy in. This balance in love gives you long-lasting appeal. So practice the art of sincere indifference by loving and caring without high expectations or dependency. Live fully, grow yourself, and build your personal value. Remember that lasting attraction comes from someone who can love deeply, but remains independent and strong. When you master calmness and sincere indifference, you don't just draw others in, you create a healthy, enduring relationship. The other person will feel that you're someone to be valued, not only for the care you show them, but also because you're someone who upholds their own values. And that is the real art of love. Challenges in modern love. We live in a time where everything seems to move fast. Attention, affection, even change, all come and go with ease. A single swipe on social media can introduce you to hundreds, even thousands of new people. The sense of endless choices can make relationships feel more fragile than ever. This creates an invisible pressure where attention becomes something easily gained, but just as easily lost. In this context, independence and emotional calmness become more important than ever. If you don't know how to safeguard your confidence and self-worth, it's easy to get swept up in worry, comparison, and sometimes insecurity. Don't let social media or fleeting trends affect your self-respect. When you tie your self-worth to likes, comments, or momentary attention from others, you end up letting external forces control your life, rather than staying true to your own values. Stoic philosophy reminds us that self-control and inner peace are the foundation of genuine happiness. Love or validation from others isn't the only measure of our worth. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "The only freedom worth anything is inner freedom." In other words, when you're no longer dependent on others to find happiness or fulfillment, that's when you're truly free. For today's world, this is a crucial lesson. Never judge your value based on whether someone is paying attention to you. You should be the center of your own life, not just a shadow looking for recognition. Social media is simply a tool, a place to connect and share, not a measure of personal worth or love. So how do we keep our confidence and calm amidst the pressures of society and social media? First, always remember that only you are responsible for your emotions. Don't let others' flashy lives or carefully curated moments shake the values you've built within yourself. Each person has their own journey, goals, and path. When you live true to your values, focusing on self-growth rather than seeking external approval, you'll find inner peace, and that's what makes you naturally appealing. Another essential step is to stop comparing. Comparison is one of the biggest causes of insecurity and doubt in relationships. Remember, your life isn't meant to be compared to someone else's carefully crafted image on social media. The perfect moments you see are just small snapshots, carefully chosen from their lives. The only comparison you need is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. As you continually grow and improve yourself, you're building a strong foundation for confidence and independence. Finally, bring Stoic philosophy into your relationships. Don't let anyone else define your worth. You can love, care, and commit, but don't let that love become the only source of your identity. Keep a part of yourself that's independent, a space that doesn't need to be shared with anyone else. When you protect that freedom within, your love becomes more genuine and powerful because it's not rooted in fear of loss or a need for validation. Be free in yourself, value your life, and remember that inner peace is the real source of happiness. When you master this, you'll find yourself becoming a stronger, more attractive version of yourself in the eyes of others. And most importantly, you'll feel content within yourself, not because of anyone else. Through this journey, I hope you've come to understand the importance of self-control, calm, and confidence in love and in life. We don't need to rely on someone else's attention or validation to feel worthy. Instead, true independence, the ability to uphold your values, and a sense of inner freedom are what make you a genuinely strong man. Remember, a man with self-control, calm, and confidence doesn't look for his worth outside himself. He knows that his value comes from within, from his choices, his steadiness, and the goals he pursues. When you live for yourself, respect yourself, you create a magnetic energy that draws others naturally, without effort. This isn't just a core tenet of Stoicism. It's the foundation for building all relationships and a meaningful life. If today's insights have helped you better understand your own value, start applying each lesson in your life. No need to change everything at once. Begin with small changes. Spend time with yourself, listen to your own emotions, and gradually build your inner peace. This is a journey without end, but each step brings you closer to your best self. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. And consider subscribing to our channel so we can continue exploring these deep, timeless values from Stoicism. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. where we'll dive even deeper into confidence, wisdom, and inner strength to help you build a full and meaningful life. Always remember, every value you're looking for begins within you.